Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you too. It's the 2024 Classic Motor Show. This is my roundup from the show. I'm going to start all the way down in the Ford Hall. Let's head down to Hall 8. Really do like racing Pumas. You see them literally as you come into the hall, and what a great display they've put on with all of the arches and performance parts right at the very front, and they've got three very, very tidy racing Pumas. I always thought the Puma was a great car and the racing Puma was even better. Interesting car, this one. Built April 74 according to the plaque on the top. Original black custom pack RS 1600 with green tint, and had the 16 valve alloy block BDA engine. Original owner was the company director. Apparently began to feel a bit hard done by his fellow directors, so they chose more exotic vehicles as their company car. So around August 74, he said about having upgraded. He fitted wide steel wheels, 7-inch magnesium mini lights, Bilstein suspension, limited slip diff, engine was modified and so forth. And then around 10 years later, in 1982, the car was sold to the first owner's brother and was last used on the road in mid-83. Porsche had dismantled and left in storage until around a year ago. It was acquired by the current owner. What a fantastic thing to bring to the Classic Motor Show. I think this stand is absolutely fantastic. This is back to our roots. They've only got a little stand, but look how much effort they've put into this. Look at this, they've done a full setup there. Mannequin, full setup in the back. Love the fact that they've got bike on the front. They've got a little bit about it there. Got all the picket fence up Station Road, and look, they've even got a period Coke can. Fair play. I think that's one of the best stands I've seen at the Classic Motor Show. Full effort, full marks to back to our roots. Well done, guys. You've made the most of that stand space. Like it a lot. Welsh Ford have got a very professional looking stand. Love the entry. Love the Fiesta. Very, very nice, but like the Cosy next to it even more. Modern take on the old Tiger stripes. Nice wheels, fantastic colour. Great stand, guys. Love it. Right down in the corner, old school Ford. Full marks to you guys. You've really utilised every single inch of the space, getting all the cars on. Love that you put plaques for all of them. Love the fact that they're all pretty much uniform as well. You've clearly gone to a lot of effort, and that's even before we get to the standard of the cars. Just look how clean they are. Every single one of them immaculately presented. Really nice. Especially the van. That's very cool. I like the fact that you've got a bit of branding on there as well. Nice. Now this one's going to be very difficult to get to because it's the RS 500 club stand. They've got not only beautiful Moonstone 3-door, but they've also got this. Look at that. What a treat to see this. And the presentation of it is absolutely impeccable. Wow, what a treat. I've been so excited that when I heard that these guys were coming. It is Escort RS owners. Oh. Not only have they got one Monty, they've also got another one, look, with the whale tail delete. Not many opted for that, but also next to it, clearly that one's fully prepped, ready to take on the track. And then finally, look at this. This is the pre-production, one of 3 prototypes built. You'll notice a few differences. It's got the different bonnet. It's also got the aero delete, so no whale tail. And if you look inside, you'll see the seats are different as well. Not many of them are fitted with that. They would drop due to the cost of them. But there it is in its dual violet, literally as it left the factory all the way back, I think it's 93, if memory serves me right. Wow. Nice to see the early Ford V8 Club America, and look at this lovely V8 Pilot. Looks absolutely beautiful. But what I love is this detail. Taking the side panel off is one thing, but adding the light in so that you can see inside there, very nice. Lovely detail, and again, the standard of the cars is absolutely superb. So just around the corner from the Escort Codsworth stand is the Transit Band Club. They've got that Gold Transit, their celebration. This was the eBay lounge one that was built. You've also got this camper, but the one for me is this. Look at that. That is exactly my kind of shape transit. Long wheelbase, dual at the back, fully AA branded up, and it looks fantastic. Capri then celebrating 55 years. What I really like is not just that they've got this police Capri, lovely jam sandwich, but look what they've done on their floor. Got a Monopoly board. I tell you what, guys, top marks there. Absolutely brilliant. Love stuff like that. Great sense of humour, great stand, top marks. And that is a tribute to one of the greater Manchester cars. If you like the look of this, and have a look on the channel, because there is also a Land Rover with a very interesting history. I'll link it up in the top now. And final stop, we just saw that AA van, but I had to come and show you this. Look at this fantastic RAC van. It looks absolutely perfect. And that was just down on the Ford Angular Owners Club. Fantastic. And also this. Is that one of the Marathon Rally cars? I reckon it might be. Fabulous. Right, let's move on from Hall 8. Let's head down to Hall 5. So just behind me down there is Hall 5. That's where I've been the last few years, but not this year. I'm over in Hall 2 this year. More about that later. Let's get down to Hall 5. Let's do it. British Mini Club with a great stand, but this is the one I really like. It is the Y register, the O2S and the O4 cabs, and they have got all of them. Look, the O2S, O4 cab and a Y register as well. So I'm happy to think that these didn't feel that long ago, that everyone was a bit upset that the new Mini had taken over from the classic Mini, but here we are now, and the Y is coming up to what, 24, 25 years old? Incredible. So over that way there's a lot of British clubs, but here, oh look at this, the Citroen Car Club, and just look at the elegance of this. And next to it is one of my all-time favourite cars. It is, of course, the Citroen DS. Look at that. What a pretty thing that is. If it was the Safari, I'd love it even more. So down in the bottom corner, it looks a bit empty. It's not. This is Sporting Bears, and all of the cars here are brought in by their owners, and they will take you out for a donation to charity on a ride in one of your dream cars. And look, you've got Quattroporte just lined up there, VW camper van. You've got an Alpine down there. Such a variety of cars. You could be in the passenger seat of one of your all-time heroes, and all of the money going to good causes. Well done, Sporting Bears. Top work. This has immediately caught my attention. It is the club for classic Volvo owners, and look, you've got classic Volvos. Many people didn't realise that they did such elegant cars before they went all the more boxing. What I love is they've also got a cab on here as well, but look at this. I'm loving the 90s vibes here this year. Peugeot Sport Club are doing well. Nicely a 406 coupe. You do not see these, like most cars you say, oh yep, don't see those anymore. When's the last time you saw one of these? What a lovely presented rally that is. Very nice indeed. And some more of the modern stuff as well. You've got 206 GTI and 205 GTI just snuck in behind there as well. Look at that. Very nice indeed. So Coventry Motor Fest have got some interesting cars on their stand. Of course, you've got the Dolly, you've got that RS200, but this is the one for me. Love this. Cannot remember the last time I saw one of these Renault vans. And look at it, using it as their base. I need to get me one of these. In fact, I just need to get my camper van back, really, don't I? This is the other thing I love about the Classic Motor Show, is discovering cars that you might not have ever seen or heard of. I'll hold my hands up, I don't know every single car in the world. I'm going to try and say this right. The Polonia UK. Look at these, very different cars, these. And then finally, right at the very end, look at that. Very nice. Just think of the chances of that surviving and making it here in 2024, all those years after it was made, and if it is still wearing its original livery, all those years of service, and it's here now. Full credit to the owner. Oh yes, look, it's the Austin Champ. You know how much I love the Austin Champ. I find these absolutely fascinating. They're so brilliant to drive. And if you look here, they've actually got a cutaway one. I've not seen this before, but you can see some of the fantastic elements on there. You've got double wishbone suspension. Suspension was done by the same guy who did the original Mini. The reverse gears on the back axle, which reverses the entire gearbox, which means you can go as fast forward as you can backwards. And also up front, you've got that Rolls-Royce series engine. Now, when these were new, they cost 2.5 times the price of a Land Rover. Pretty much designed for the military, but their Achilles heel, they were overly complicated, took too long to fix, too expensive to fix, and in wartime you need something that's fast and cheap to get them out there. So unfortunately it never caught on, but I can tell you from first hand these are absolutely amazing to drive. In fact, I'm going to link a video up top now. Please go and watch it, as it's me going 40 miles an hour in reverse in one of these. It's fantastic. I love it when clubs do this. This is the Austin 7 Enthusiast, and look, full bakery setup. Yep, even smells like a bakery in there. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll have a nice bun, please. Really impressed with pre-29 members. That looks absolutely brilliant. In John Player Special, look at that inside. Seats look great. Even, is it real carbon? I dare say it is. That looks fantastic, as does this. What? Wow. Look how long that nose is. And then come around and look at the size of the block in this. And then they're sitting over the rear axle, and then they're sat behind the rear axle. Look at that, you're literally right behind. And look at the steering wheel. Wow. That for me is one of the highlights here, as is this. Look at the paint on there. Oh, it's beautiful. Everything about that is just beautiful. Pre-29 guys, love it. Coleshill Breakfast Club, love this. Whoever's done this, really, really like it. Eleanor themed, like it.
Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Look at that. Very nice take on that. He's done it really well as well. Nice detail with the dual spots. Nice. Very cool. I do like these, the Sinclair C5. And look, they've got one undress there. So, there it is, undress. Actually drove one of these at the Beaulieu Supercar weekend. Don't ask, long story. But it was fun. I very nearly missed this. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this Plymouth Superbird. It's absolutely ginormous. And it does look so clean and fresh. Huge rear wing. This rear wing, look, let me turn the camera around and show you. Here's me, rear wing. Very nearly the same height. That's how tall it is. What an amazing car that is. Love it. Now over here, down over in this corner is the Iconic Auctioneers. These are all of the bike consignments down there. Literally, what, 100, maybe more bikes all there, all being auctioned today. And I have done a complete separate video of my highlight from Iconic Auctioneers, which features, let me show you this one here. This Norton rotary engine, one of the last ones that they did. And there's an even better bike over there in my opinion, which is an Indian with the most amazing sidecar. Check out the other video, it's linked in the description below. So that is hall number 5 done. Let's head back up the stairs into hall 4. So that was the throughway to hall 8, and I've just been down to hall 5, but now we're back in hall 4, and look at this right by the throughway. I saw it last year and didn't get a chance to get near it, but wow, look at that. Looks like it's straight out of Gran Turismo, doesn't it? But no, there it is in real life. And if you think it looks good on your screen there, it looked even better. IRL, yeah, down with the kids. No, absolutely not. So that Supra was here on the Supra 4 stand, just opposite the Supra 4 stand, and I had a very original one sat right next to it. is the GTR Drivers Club. Not only have they got a 33, but they've also got a very rare yellow 34, and I do believe that this is a UK spec car. What a formidable machine. They are the current poster child, sat next to each other, aren't they? Supra and Skyline, there they all are. The friends of the VBOA had a very good stand, but the car that most took my interest, it's not the Vectra, it's the one that's next to it. My first car was an Astra Estate, and this is what I wanted to get it looking like. Unfortunately, I never got round to it. I sold it before, but look at this. It's got Edition 100 BBS wheels. Engine's obviously fully prepped up, but look inside. All trimmed red leather. That's literally exactly how I wanted to get my Astra Estate looking. I still miss my first car. Never sell them, kids. Right, let's keep moving on. And pretty much opposite the VBOA, we have got Droop Snoot. Did a fantastic video with these guys earlier this year where we looked at the 50th anniversary. You could see the full history of the Droop Snoot. That is linked up top now and also in the description below. And I've also got this, look at this, the Transpeed Forenza. Here it is, warts and all. You can see that this is still a car that is used in anger, and it looks all the better for it, in my opinion. Look at that, absolutely fantastic. And look at that, turn it round, there's Paul. Hello, Paul. Hello. I'm doing my whiz round. It was lovely to see you earlier this year, 50 years of Droop Snoot. We did that awesome video. And
50 years ago.
There it is at Thruxton.
And there's us.
And there we are, 50 years later. We did a great video on that earlier this year. We celebrated it as well at Vauxhall. Are you coming back to Vauxhall next year?
Oh, those definitely were there.
Good man. Right, let's carry on. West London Classics. I'll tell you what, guys, not only you got that Mexico, that looks great. That looks mega. Love the look of that. Thank you very much for bringing this to the show. I've gone right back to the 90s here. Look at that. JOV with a mega stand. Look at this. Convertible. Cool. Look at that. That's a car with some history. You've also got this. This was at Vauxhall about a year ago. Still looking absolutely violent underneath there. Look at that. And then finally, look at that. Wow. Huge 3 litre straight 6. Wow. Of course, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? It is Club Calibra. Hello. What have we got? We have got SE9. Sorry, SE9 DTM. I like this DTM because look. It's got the rare cloth seats. That's very nice. SE8. You'll tell me if I'm wrong. And finally, SE2. It's good old Bry. My turbo was sat next to this a couple of years ago. Still looking gleaming. Very nice work. My turbo, by the way, it's over in Hall 2. I'll show you my stand in just a minute. 6R4.net are not messing around. Look at this. We've got one. No, not got two. We've got... I mean, that is the iconic livery, isn't it? Just there. There it is, with that stonking great engine right in the back. I would have loved to have been here when they rolled in. If there's a club winning at the stand game this year, it's these guys. Look at this. 300ZX. Not only have they got 3 glorious red cars, they've also got all of the rigging, all the lighting up around the top as well. And it looks fantastic. This actually looks like a 90s car show. Looks like they've just come out the factory. Guys, full marks. And I think these are really underrated cars. Really do. And so my final highlight from Hall 4 is this furniture. No, they haven't paid me to say this. I just love the look of it. I would really love that in my garage. Anyway, we've done halls 8, 5 and 4, which means we're into the final 3. It's hall 3 next, then into 2, and then finally hall number 1. Let's carry on. Straight into hall 3, and there's this. What a fantastic thing that is. And then just along here is the Bond Bug. Look, lots of orange ones. A few years ago I saw a white one of these, even rarer than that. Love the look of this stand. Gonna try and say it right. The Heinkel Trojan Club. I'm pretty sure my dad had one of these way back when. But look, when was the last time you saw these? What wonderful! And I've got loads of them. Look, don't need a big stand to fit all those on, do you? You don't need much space in your garage either. Lovely to see. And then I'm assuming they're friendly because right behind them is the Messerschmitt Owners Club. Look at this. It's a tandem car, one behind the other. And look at that. Look at the steering wheel. You talk about panoramic roofs. That's got it all going on. Love that. Very cool. Burton always bring the big guns, including this. Now that's a serious piece of kit, isn't it? I mean, the RS200 already looked absolutely mad, and then they've fitted this huge wing to the back of it. Look at the size of the trophy inside of it. Crikey, that is not messing around, is it? Burton, love your work. Land Rover Series 1 Club, the Homelands Rally. I shot a fantastic video for the Homelands Rally. Shot a fantastic video for the Homelands Rally. And what is lovely to see is the variety of the different conditions of the cars that are on their stand. Loving your work, guys. My days. Montegos, when did you last see them? One of my earliest memories is being in the back of one of these. Always remembered the window wipers did this thing where they would like double up and then fold themselves right the way down to sort of hide behind the lip of the bonnet. I'm pretty sure my dad had one in that colour as well when he worked for Longbridge back in the day. We've almost gone into Rover land here in Hall 3, but this, one, the colour is stunning, and two, it is indeed the coupe. Oh, that is spectacular. So well presented. That is a fantastic car. I adore it. Right in the centre of Hall 3 is the Lancaster Pride of Ownership, and for me, the one I gravitate to is this Clio. Proper dimmer, just screams late 90s, early 2000s, max power. That was one of my earliest introductions to cars, and when they're done like that, it's hard not to admire. Some very, very worthy cars in the centre here, really are up in the standards. UK car culture is still very much alive and kicking. Just look at the variety of all of the cars. I could spend all day here, but no, we must carry on. Just things like this. I have no use for it, but I want it. I have no use for it, but I want it. Look at it. I reckon I could squeeze that in the garage somewhere. Me and Elodie could go out for rides in that, couldn't we? What do you reckon Sam would say if I bought that? Oh, no, wait, no, I do really want it. It's a chair! I didn't realise. Oh, yeah, I want one. Interesting mixed car. You got a B, BRM, but look at this. Austin Iver. And I want to show you this. Look at this. Talk about having second rows of seats. Bit like being in a theatre, isn't it? Definitely not short of present. Love it. I think this might be a little bit of a bargain note. Yes, it's £5 grand, but look at this. Lovely little lightweight caravan. I could use that to go to my event, couldn't I? It wouldn't slow me down. Now, if you think that's cool, wait until you see what's coming up in a minute. It's pretty much the complete opposite of that. It can still be towed, but it's got stairs in it. Now, Hall 3 is known as the dealer hall. Someone's made a purchase this weekend. Lovely Mini. But for me, this is the one. Look how cool this is.
That's it, mate, that one. Put it in the back.
Right at the front of it. Beautiful condition. Loads of space in the back. Loads of style, loads of space, unusual, great colour, great condition, love it. And so my final stop before we head into hall number 2, which is where I've been based all weekend, tell you about that in a minute. We're just going to have a look around these. There are no words because, look, look at it in there. Look at that. Monster it is indeed. Now let's have a look at this over here as well. Beautiful pinstriping. My good lord, look at the inside of it. Crikey. And then finally, this. It's so low. I mean, it just screams rock and roll, doesn't it, with that black and red paintwork. Look at that. Do I dare say that this would be low and slow? Well, you don't need to be going anywhere quick when you've got that much style, do you? Right, let's head over in this direction. You remember that tiny little caravan I saw you just a minute ago, which is over there? Well, take a look at this. Now, I've heard about this. This is a trailer, I promise, and I will show you that it does have wheels. Look, it genuinely has got wheels, so it is technically a trailer. But when's the last time you saw a trailer that looked anything like this? Look, this is kitchen, right? Stairs. Go upstairs. One bedroom.
Two double beds.
And then down here is another bedroom. I don't know, I'd get away with towing it, but that is just fantastic. But let's have a look down by this way. You got living room, kitchen, and then in here there's a full bathroom. That's fantastic. So that was Hall 3 and 3A. Now you walk straight into Hall 2. It's a bit difficult to tell when you go from Hall 4 to Hall 3 to Hall 2. That's sort of one huge space. But now we're heading into Hall number 2. There's this very, very pretty Ferrari on this stand. However, it's this. This is what I'm really interested in. 1987 Harrier LR5. Take a look at this. Doesn't that just scream 80s race? Look at that. Look inside the duct in there. You could still have an absolute riot in that, even though it is, what, 37 years old? Wow. These two little minis caught my eye because of this sign here, twin engine mini. So we've got the A-Series engine up front in both, as you'd expect to see. However, come around the back and you'll find the second engine tucked right up in there. You'll probably just about to see it in there as well. This is literally the only place that I see these is at shows like this, and they've got not one but two this year. Twin engine minis. Nice. Now Hall 2 is absolutely dominated by Iconic Auctioneers, which are at the back over there. I've done a completely separate video on them, but there's still some choice cars to have a look at in here. I mean, there's lots of cars everywhere, but some that took my eye included this. Now, keen-eyed amongst you will notice the back, because this is the estate. I've only ever seen photographs of this, so to actually see it in person, that's a real treat. If you are a subscriber on the channel, then you will recognise this car. It is number 98 of 98, the Ginetta. It always features at the Bewley Supercar Weekend. Lovely to finally see that 3.9 litre Rover V8. I only ever hear this thing and usually see plumes of smoke coming from the tyres, as our driver really does like to drive it like he stole it. And he does drive it as well. He drove it all the way to the Bewley Supercar Weekend, broke it, drove it home to Didcot and then back to Bewley. It's a long drive in any car, let alone something like this. This has just got unbelievable presence. I mean, one, there's the colour, two, there's the size of it, and then three, look at it. Look in there. I dare say it'd be like looking through a letterbox trying to drive that, but my oh my, what a car. I like cars like this too. The National Microcar Rally. Small, simple, fun. Love it. In fact, there's more. That one's really cool. That one almost looks like a Matchbox toy from the 50s, doesn't it? How cool is that? Very cool. I like things like this a lot. Cars should have a sense of humour. Stratos owners, you don't miss that, and you don't want to miss these. Whoa, look at that. When was the last time you saw one, let alone two, race prepped or even race replicas? I bet you any money these are not replicas. So Iconic Auctioneers is absolutely full of stunning cars, including, look at that Royal Mail van. That is very, very cool. There's some real treats in there, and I've done a completely separate video on my highlights from that. Check that on the channel. It's linked in the description below. Do you remember that Estate Jag? When was the last time you saw a Lynx Aventador? That, and the hatch is open. Oh man, wouldn't that just be the coolest Artin promo car going? Probably wouldn't get to many events though. Just before we head down into Hall 1, this was my little home for the weekend. That's right, I had my own stand at the Classic Motor Show this year, and I spent pretty much the whole weekend sat there editing videos, including this one you're watching right now. Yes, it was edited there at the Classic Motor Show. And so we finally arrived at Hall number 1. Let's get in there and do it. Ferrari owners have done something a little bit different this year, because we've got these two here in the condition you would expect. You probably don't expect to see a Ferrari in that condition very often, but great to see. I have no doubt this will end up going through a full restoration. If it was me, I would just do all the mechanicals and underside. I'd leave the top side looking like that, as it's a bit different and it shows the life of the car. What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. Hello, how are you? I'm just literally about to say something about your stand. You're not messing around, are you? Look at this, you've got a trailer, Countach. Wow. What's the best car on the stand?
Well, I guess it's going to... We're going to be biased and tell you my car, but no, I guess in respect it's going to be Harry's Countach, isn't it?
Do you agree with this man? Let me know in the comments below. Good to see you.
We'll find out, Andrew, Tim.
See you later. So not only have they got their full show trailer behind, look, Countach is looking fantastic. Looks absolutely glorious. Such an iconic shape, isn't it? So that next to it, they've got the Raging Bull, and then you've got the Diablo SV with the, look at the size, look at that. It's like they've wrapped the car around the engine. It's absolutely huge. Very pretty. And then some later models joining us as well. The Aventador, of course, the Murcielago. Look at the colour of that Murcielago. It's like that pearl white. Great stand, Lamborghini, loving it. Porsche Club GB, great stand with all of the cars pointing out from the corner, but I have to say this has to be the highlight for me. It is this Carrera GT, and it might look like black in the video, but if I get a bit closer there, you can see it's actually a very, very dark green. Unusual colour, great to see this car. You don't see them very often. Well, absolutely glorious front end to a marvellous stand. BMW Club GB, they have got a very early M5 and sat right next to it. Very controversial, this one, isn't it? It is the new M5. I have to say, in real life, it does look far better than it does in the pictures. But I know what you're going to say. It's 2.5 tons, and my oh my, doesn't it look like an absolute beast? Which is your favourite M5? Come on, you know what to do in the comments. On the Jaguar Enthusiast Club, this, the XJR15 unregistered prototype. Very good of them to bring something like this to the show. This is what makes the show. People pay an awful lot of money coming through the doors, and then you get to see fantastic cars like that. I have to say, a stand with so much presence, it is Alvis. Not only have they gone to all of the work here of setting up the stand, but look at the presentation of the cars. The cars have just got so much presence to them. And what a great way of bringing the younger generation into a marque that is not very well known at all. Of course, Alvis didn't just make cars, they also made plenty of military vehicles. They made military vehicles up to the year 2000. You can see more of those on the channel. If you look for the Tanks, Trucks and Firepower videos, you can see some of the Alvis CBRTs ragging around an arena up to 60 miles an hour. I have to say, this There's no way you'd be ragging around anywhere in that. You'd just be gliding, wouldn't you? Oh, that is stunning. Beautiful car. Can you imagine who the first owner of that would have been and how he would have felt behind the wheel? Or indeed she. Very nice. Another stand I think deserves far more attention. It is the Bristol stand, and they have got a fantastic collection of cars, and what I love to see is them actually showing off some of the period design features. The spare wheels tucked up in the front wings, but then you come on to something like this. Look at that. How could you not love that? Beautiful. I'm also a big fan of these Jensen 541s, and I think it may well be this one that turned up at Beaulieu. It's got an amazing story if it is the one. It was taken from the UK to, I think it went to Ireland, then it went to Italy, and then it finally made its way back where it was fully restored. Just look at it. Look at the details on it, and look around the back here. Look at this. Look at that for a rear window. Wow. Such a beautiful car. The lines on it, the curves, the interior. Lovely. Another stand pulling out all the stops. It is the Austin Healey Club, and I have to say that this one caught my eye because not only is the colour beautiful and very well prepared, but look at the Speedster style drop down windscreen. The interior is absolutely immaculate. That lovely red over blue. Lovely blue and white stripe. Beautiful. Setting the standard for their stand, that. And so that concludes my roundup of the 2024 Classic Motor Show. What was your highlight? Let me know in the comments below. What I'm going to do now is head back to my stand and start editing this video. That's right, this video was shot, edited and published here at the Classic Motor Show. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please think about hitting that subscribe button underneath. If you really enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. That really helps the channel grow. But please do think about subscribing, because there's loads more content coming up, including the highlights from Iconic Auctioneers. I'm now back at my stand, so it's time to start editing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.